What's up? What's up? How's everyone going? How's everyone doing?
What's going on, boys?
What's going on? That's what I was trying to say. Right on time as usual.
That's
we
right.
got live chat on. We have a giveaway once again. The Phylactery Omnibus.
Yes. This is a collection of OSR zines, plot hooks, mini adventures, tiny dungeons. It's just a collection of
cool shit.
There's also some good illustrations in here.
Yeah, the art is really cool.
Yeah, I guess you would call them handouts. And show these to your players for circumstantially important information on these.
It's like a big collection of zines.
Yes.
And it can be yours.
When was this Kickstarted? This was Kickstarted.
Had to have been.
I don't recall when. But regardless.
That's the giveaway.
This is good.
Yeah, stick around.
Stick around.
And
don't go away.
Don't go away. And if you super chat, if you're a U.S. person, we're only shipping inside the U.S. $5 gets you into a raffle. If we get 20 super chats of $5 or more, we do the little spinning wheel at the end and pick a winner. And then we send it to you. So stick around.
Simple as.
Yeah. Don't let your orcs be dorks.
So true.
Yeah, so true. Not sure if we can avoid that fate with Blizzard. I have many things to say about all of the ways that Warcraft is stupid. Yeah, it's really dumb.
As do we.
1, their ill-advised headlong rush into the indifferent arms of esports. 2, runaway lore creep. 3, dailies. 4, giving the Horde paladins and the Alliance shamans. Character limit, yeah.
Yeah, the Horde should not have paladins.
Yeah. How's it going, Runeforge? Good to see you. Mikey the Goat. Howdy, folks. Listening to an old Table Runner Crispy live stream while I eat dinner before this one. And holy crap, he's great, but the actual play he's critiquing is insufferable.
Every time.
Yeah.
Oh.
We got a super chat here. Oh, we got 2 super
Nobody
chats.
who made the classic games we know and love works at Blizzard anymore. It's just a name on a tombstone now. A
That is
memory
true.
of one a book.
Nobody who made the classic games we know and love works at Blizzard anymore. It's just a name on a tombstone now, a memory. I don't want a book, thanks.
That's very true. And thank you, man.
Yeah,
and
thank
also, even if they did work there, still, it would not matter.
More like World of Warcraft, am I right? Thank you, thank you, Matthew.
Got
Pickard.
him.
Another note. So we did an Axe video.
That's right.
This last week. That was a lot of fun to make. It was a lot of work. But it's like this kind of solo play thing. If you missed it, go and watch it. It is very, very funny. We're going to continue it for a little while, see how it does. But the locals people are submitting their characters right now for inclusion in the party because we had some horrific
deaths.
Character deaths.
Deaths and dismemberments, you might say.
Yeah, deaths and dismemberment. We had a workplace injury.
Yeah. OSHA violation.
OSHA violation. There was an ogre, an unsanctioned ogre, ripped off the arms of one of the characters. But it's a pretty cool thing. We think we kind of cracked the code on the solo play thing. Remains to be seen how the series does with views and whatnot. But instead of just sitting there rolling dice in front of a camera, I do that on my lonesome, write down all the results, and then
put it together. And we tell a story about a thing that happened.
That actually happened, yeah.
In the past.
And it's very fun. So the locals people are submitting characters that they're making, and those will be replacement party members, NPCs, all sorts of stuff. So if you want in on that, go join the locals. Link should be in the description. Promo code FRIEND gets you a month free. The other thing is we released a big section of the Bloodmore preview stuff that has the whole country of Wraithholm.
Yes.
The map. Obviously we have placeholders for the art and everything like that, but
Yeah.
it's massive. You can start adventuring in it now if you want, and we will be making an update to the Kickstarter within the next couple of days as well, with some info. Microtransactions and locked paywalled content and constant subscriptions killed it. Live service is dead service. Won't be able to catch this live. Looking forward to watching it tomorrow. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Kyle Rumor, the worst thing about WoW is that it killed every other MMO on the market at the time and cursed every new one to copy it forever.
Yeah.
I think they nailed the formula, though, at least at the time.
At the time, they definitely nailed the formula. And that is the source of the sort of meme. You know, Blizzard is great at taking what other people do, stealing stuff from other people, and doing it better. That has not been the case for many years now.
Yeah. It's also a subscription. Yeah. But that's also happened to them, though.
It has happened to them.
Fucking, I don't even remember the name of it, but there's some British company released a game that has war in the name, has fucking orcs and humans and medieval stuff. It's fucking stupid. Like they completely ripped off Blizzard. Yeah,
I mean, Blizzard definitely, at the time, you know, in the first couple of years, in the mid to late 2000s, even into the early 2010s, but things were already depleting by that point, in my estimation. But they really were the flagship and the example. Their fundamental misunderstandings of the creative process and what it makes to create something which is engaging and immersive is what many other people, those same misunderstandings were copied, and the fruits of those misconceptions are still being borne out today. But today they're more the example of the terminal state of the big corporation, or design or creativity by committee. They're one of the best examples of that, because they're certainly not making, and they never will make, anything interesting, engaging, captivating again. It's just not something that is possible.
Yeah.
The soil is depleted. Salt has been poured onto it for years. It's gone. It's truly over.
EVE Online was the exception for a while, but then it went free to play and became trash.
I never played EVE, but I love the stories.
The stories that came out of
EVE.
Yeah. Better with Bacon, good to see you. Andrew McGraw. Online father figure, good to see you, man. Video topic I'm somewhat of an expert on. The real problem with WoW is that it doesn't have enough bacon. Yeah. The problem with WoW is Grums didn't have the balls to embrace proper fantasy.
Yeah, I know Grums worked. I don't at Blizzard doing WoW stuff. I have no idea what his contribution was.
I think it was pretty significant, but I don't actually know the details of it. Yeah. I'm running a weekly campaign in Azeroth using D&D 4th edition, and it's been a great time. That's probably the correct system to do it in, I think. A lot of good stuff to use for TARPs in Warcraft.
TTRPGs, probably.
Okay, in Warcraft setting.
Yeah, I mean, the setting as such, if you strip it down to when it was coherent, is really good in many respects, because this is before WoW came along. You had games like, the captain of the ship was EverQuest.
Yeah,
EverQuest, especially early EverQuest. EverQuest is a nightmare now as well, unless you're playing P99 or Quarm.
No idea what any of those words mean. It's fine.
That gave you anyone just played EverQuest or heard about EverQuest, you were deposited without any context.
The only wow I know is Owen Wilson's catchphrase.
Wow. You were placed in a world, and it was a world that was just running. People were doing what they were doing, and things were happening. People were placed where they were. There weren't really characters, per se, in a game like EverQuest, partially because the technology was limited, but also there was a more a more clearer understanding of I think the correct attitude for both an MMO video game and a tabletop game. Because if you're talking about video games and role-playing games, those are the two which have the most...
Wraith of the Lich King, more like Lich King my balls.
Got him. Thank you for the $10, Ian the
Thank
Panda.
you, dude.
Much appreciated.
So in EverQuest, you had a really immersive world that really did not... they're almost completely devoid of character or narrative. And it was very hard and very challenging and punitive in many respects. WoW comes along. WoW does have characters, and you have, even in vanilla, you have a more, I don't even want to say narrative focus during vanilla, but it's a step in that direction. Having characters and having a more robust, clearer, this is also a fraught word, but accessible, like questing structure, it does make it easier to sort of be invested. And in vanilla, they did a very good job. But we'll get more into this because I don't want to not talk to the chat before going on my rant. Vanilla WoW was a very good balance of sort of both of those impulses, but
everything had to be a WoW killer, whether it was the best thing for the game itself or not. And someone said recently
they were making a lot of money.
Especially
at the time.
I know. There was a point where they were making like $250 million a month or something like that. Like it was like they're releasing Iron Man every month. But somebody said this probably on Twitter the other day. They were like, has anything that's ever been marketed as an X killer ever killed the thing?
No.
Like how many Halo killers there were and Doom killers and all this shit. Like
this is always the case. The only thing that can kill a behemoth is the thing itself becoming effete and out of touch.
I just miss my Sandbox MMOs, man. I find it so funny that WoW's direct modern competitor, Final Fantasy XIV, is just another WoW clone. Yeah. I remember when Final Fantasy XI was a big thing. That was their first online one. It was like the players were complaining because some boss was too hard, and I was like, skill issue. And then I heard what was happening. It was people, they were fighting it in shifts, and it took like 21 hours. I was like, okay, that's
skill issue.
That's skill. Yeah, exactly. All my pals that still play Mamorpagers switched to old school RuneScape years ago.
Never played old school RuneScape.
Howdy, y'all. Hope
doing
everyone's
great,
doing
man.
good. Yeah.
Hope you're doing good.
For me, the real shame is the Old Republic. They could have made a KOTOR 3, but they had to bury it under WoW clone nonsense. Yeah, and that game fucking sucked.
It sucked.
I tried playing.
I wanted to like it.
Yeah, I wanted to like it too. And I tried playing the Sith Inquisitor because I wanted to play as Palpatine.
I want to shoot lightning and choke people.
Woke,
and
Hello Killer, based serial killer.
Thank you.
Nice.
But it was like heavily narrative based, and there's supposed to be this cool story. And I remember playing it and getting to several. I think I did this twice, where I got to the boss, the story boss, and I could not damage them because I was below the level floor for it.
Yeah.
What's up, boys? Prepping some Dolmenwood for this weekend. Gonna turn the horror vibes up to 11 with the drowned town of Langston full of bog corpses.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Well, we're coming up on Halloween season, so
that's true. Which means we're gonna have to have Grognard run Call of Cthulhu for us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but it was like I couldn't damage the boss until I went and did more grinding, and I did that. I fought the boss. I beat it. It doesn't happen for a couple more levels. I get to a point where I was just like, I don't give a fuck about any of this. And it got to a point where playing solo, you couldn't get enough experience to level up quick enough for it to be worth it. And like you had to play with other people. And I was like, fuck this. I just want to play KOTOR. Like, give me the fucking single player game. Like, I don't want to play with some dipshit and have to like
this
be good at my niche and my powers. It's like I just want to blast Lightning.
Well, for the older public, it was giving mixed signals, because there's an aspect of MMOs where I do think certain things should only be killable by a group.
I didn't want it to be an MMO in the first place, was the problem.
Right. And they're giving you whatever the fuck they're called, the origin stories, whatever, the personal stories, which are really a solo experience. Of course, you can have you could group up with people, and it was, I guess, novel that there was essentially a dive roll. If you wanted to help the person, the other person playing the Sith wins the dive roll and just force chokes them. That is cool. That's kind of amusing. But those are two completely different signals, and you can't have you can't always have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah. Single player stuff was good. Should have been a clue that BioWare was dead. Yep.
Yeah.
Dinner's done. Now it's time to shit on the Blizzard skin suit.
There you go.
Blizzard died when Blizzard North was shut down. I will take your word for it, but I don't know any of the history of the studio.
I don't either. I think Blizzard North did they do Diablo or Diablo 2? I don't know.
I'm so glad I never got into WoW when I was a kid. Nostalgia for that game is a cancer.
Nostalgia for
a lot of things
is a cancer.
Mm-hmm. I miss old school Sandbox MMOs so much.
Yeah. Now the thing is, you can still play. They're private servers, you know.
Yeah.
Blizzard sent the cease and desist.
Yeah.
Trying to get a RICO case against Turtle WoW. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything because the servers are not in the United States.
Nice.
Nor are the people in charge, or so I'm led to understand.
Like
EverQuest P99 is a private server. Quorum is a private server. City of Heroes, a game I love, which I've talked about before. That's free. It's a private server. You can still play these games.
Is Force Choke David Carradine's favorite power?
Is Force Choke David Carradine's favorite power? Probably. But only when used on him by
himself,
or I was going to say a Thai prostitute who left him to die. But last good game from Blizzard was Rock and Roll Racing. They weren't even Blizzard yet. I'll disagree with that. Fucking Diablo was amazing.
I love Diablo 2.
Diablo 2 is one of the greatest games of all time. I don't know what the RNRR is. Was great, but I'll go to bat for Vanilla WoW.
Rock and Roll Racing.
I'm playing a turtle and having a blast.
Yeah. Turtle WoW is really fun.
Does anybody remember the Dead Metrics Mall?
I do.
Yeah, I didn't play it.
Fucking sucked.
Yeah, it looked terrible though. And I
wanted it to be great.
I also beat Enter the Matrix when it came out because I was obsessed with the fucking Matrix.
I think I had that game and it was so janky.
It was such a piece of shit, and I was running it on PC, which is even worse.
Yeah.
But they had there was a way that you could get cheat codes working. There was a terminal where it's just the blinking cursor, and you have to like go through and like try commands, and eventually like
that's fun.
Like Trinity and Neo contact you through it. Yeah, it was pretty cool. That was the best part of the game, was the terminal emulator. But that game fucking sucked. Blizzard North did everything worthwhile after that. Yeah, Warcraft 1 and Warcraft 2 were good. Warcraft 3 was okay. World of Warcraft was fine early on, but went down the chutes fairly fast.
Yeah. WoW started going off course immediately with the Burning Crusade.
Yeah. Gotta love how bad YouTube is at sending out notifications.
Enter the Matrix, woke, Path of Neo.
I never played Path of Neo because I didn't want to get burned again. I played a trial of WoW, that's it, and a bit of Frozen Throne I found online. I just set reminders on my phone every Thursday. Dealing with YouTube's uselessness ain't worth it. Yeah, there's like, in addition to their notifications just being kind of unreliable, there's like multiple layers on your phone that you have to have it enabled. It's like you have to have notifications enabled on the phone.
Stupid.
And then like at the app level. And then in YouTube itself, you have to have notifications enabled. Like, so there's just a bunch of failure points. I thought Warcraft 3 was really weak. It also introduced a lot of the story elements that would lead to the later problems with the franchise. Correct. But
I would say
I thought it was fun.
It was very fun.
Yeah.
And Yes. Most of the lore that gets utilized in WoW comes primarily from Warcraft 3. And there's some stuff where you see things are starting to, go off in a bad direction. I would not say necessarily that it had to be that way. And the proof is in the pudding, because a lot of the stuff that has come out of Warcraft 3, it was drawn on, implemented and utilized poorly. And for over 10 years at this point, that lore itself has been subverted to be something even more retarded and just anti-creativity as such.
Warcraft 3 was also the game that cucked the Horde. 100% correct.
Yeah.
There were some big imbalances going on. The rot was already starting even then. Look at how god-awful Diablo 3's story was. I won't because I never
Diablo
played it.
3 was shit.
It looked like shit.
The story was shit.
Threw it in the blender. I super enjoy vanilla WoW, and I love my Tauren, but there's no denying the old Horde is just straight cooler.
And it's not like the new Horde as presented by in Warcraft 3, the founding of the new Horde, where the Thrall's Horde, and which we had in vanilla WoW. We even had it. We had it up to what, Cataclysm. That's fine, and it really is interesting, but they couldn't let it be that way because the people in charge, even in the early days, do not have minds that are able to make anything good, or make anything good for over an extended period of time. It's like there were a couple of ideas, and they ran their course. It didn't have to be that way, but the problem with World of Warcraft is
Diablo 3 can Diablo me.
Diablo 3 can Diablo me. Yeah. Thank you for the $2.
Thank you, man. It's let's keep talking to the chat for a little bit, because I'm gonna go into my
you're chomping
K-hole.
Not champing, chomping at the bit. People say it's champing. It's actually acceptable to say both, and I think champing is fucking stupid. The bit is in the horse's mouth.
Yeah,
it's
chomping
at the bit. You
obviously.
motherfucker. Good evening, one and
What's
all.
up, man?
How's it going? Warcraft 3 seemed designed to just introduce the WoW factions of the MMO in advance. Sort of, but I mean, it was a very big RTS game on its own.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed the Axe 2 video this week. Thank you. I did too. I thought it was very good. Happy Friday everyone.
Evening.
Maybe, must be in the future.
Yeah.
They were developed in tandem, so yeah, pretty much. That is true. Yeah. Axe 2 is peak shit. Thank you. Dudes, this book is fucking awesome. Levi Combs is one of the best in the OSR. Oh, the omnibus?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Well, one of you guys will be able to...
One of you will get it, yeah.
Grab it. Maybe.
Endorsed by our moderator. Excuse me. Excuse me. That was when they started the god-awful tripe of the bad guys just being manipulated and controlled rather than being responsible
for their actions. Bad trends and bad tropes. But that definitely is one of them.
Heads up, the Phylactery Omnibus is out of print. This is rare. You have the chance for a rare book.
Yes.
Yeah. Would have been nice if they'd stuck to their guns on that instead of folding the night elves, and undead into the allies and horde. Yeah.
Well, that was the great thing about the Forsaken.
X2 would be great if it was a dice pool instead of D20.
God. Yeah, because the Forsaken, in the good old days, you were told right from the beginning in very unambiguous terms and the opening voiceover when you made a new character, and this was reinforced by literally every Forsaken character that you spoke with, we actually do not care about these dirty orcs, these cows, troll, any of these people. We want to just make a plague and destroy all life.
I always preferred the Civilization games and its predecessor, Alpha Centauri.
I played the colonization game, Sid Meier, when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. It was a lot of fun.
Loved Civ 5.
It was about colonizing the New World.
Nice.
Founding America, basically. Or New Spain.
New Spain. In the bad ending.
Yeah. At one point, Blizzard were so far ahead of Riot and fumbled it. Who's Riot?
Another game development company. I forget what they make. Some AAA game studio.
The Axe solo play is fantastic. Thank you. The Axe video is awesome. Thank you. Yeah, share that out. It kind of leveled off in views. Hoping for more. Very true. I stopped playing WoW because it became so freaking repetitive. Even the Warriors games from Koei aren't as bad.
Yeah.
Aha, I am convinced corporatization kills creativity. Yes.
You are correct.
Corporations are not an environment where creativity
can happen.
Why does it do this? Why does it get stuck? There we go. Let me scroll. Holy fucking shit, I hate this. It's literally the scroll bar disappears. It's not even that like the mouse isn't working. Dungeon of Terra. Blizzard's name used to be gold-plated in the late 90s and early 2000s. I'd buy just about anything they made sight unseen because it being Blizzard meant it would be great. That is correct.
Yeah, I mean, this is the case with many of the darling AAA companies. Bethesda, BioWare. But for all of those things, the days of actually good games coming out of so-called AAA game studios, it doesn't matter which one. It doesn't matter who's your favorite.
Right.
Nothing good is going to come from those places, and certainly not from those studios. You would have to completely recirculate and also restructure. Even if you fired everybody and rehired people, the thought process and the incentive structure of these large game development studios makes it impossible for any of even a fraction of the quality that they had before. It's just not there. It cannot be there, right? You can't. You can't grow, an apple tree in cement. You know, it's I don't know what to say.
Indeed, it really was. I just loved how it showed the speed of the abstract resolution. This must be for the Axe video.
Yeah.
I will say the dungeon resolution, very fast. That is something you can do in under 2 minutes. The abstract wilderness stuff, while extremely useful, it's going to take you about 5 minutes to get everything ready because there's a bunch of things that you need to account for in that encounter. Is it way faster than playing the encounter? Yes, but it's not something I would do generally at the table. Where I have used it in our campaign, and it was extremely useful for this, was our players had sent their henchmen off across a different country and were playing out a different adventure, and they suddenly needed to recall them back. So they did an avian messenger, contacted the party and said, hey, get back to base ASAP. And they had to journey like 20 hexes back. And this allowed me to basically roll out the encounters, roll out the evasion rolls, and when there was an encounter, get it adjudicated fairly. And that was very, very useful. But it's not
tried
something
getting
that's
into
fun
it
to do
back
at the
in
table.
2008. Didn't play more than 2 hours due to the tedious and boring fetch quest. Not a great way to start a game.
Tried getting into WoW back in 2008. Didn't play more than 2 hours due to the tedious and boring fetch quests. I never played it, so I couldn't tell you.
Hear me out. Publicly traded corporations are socialist, since those who own shares in the company are a collective who own the means of production.
They're definitely not socialist. They are privately owned. And stock, obviously, if you own one share, you don't have, the kind of voting power or anything like that. it's not socialist, but it does. There is a sense in which you get some bureaucracy within it, bureaucratization within those companies for sure. Just imagine what a fucking government-made video game would look like. Is all I'm saying. It would be It would be so much worse. It would be so much worse.
Although I do remember hearing, what was that game, America's Army, which was explicitly a video game meant
it was a recruiting tool.
I heard it was actually
really
pretty good.
Yeah,
I never played it.
It was pretty tough.
Well,
I enjoyed the Axe Solo play summary. Thank you. Watch the Axe Solo play summary as well. It was quite good. Thank you. Interesting take. I will have to watch this solo video. Everybody
Please
go watch the video, please, and watch the whole thing because it's very fun. I don't know what Koei is, but the video game adaptation of The Warriors from Rockstar was great. I think I played that on PS2.
I never played it.
I really wish I had my Axe books to make characters for that. Alas, still super enjoying the solo play experiment.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, if you got the PDFs, you can do it. Yeah, even at the StarCraft 2 point of Wings of Liberty, they were still doing well. I never played StarCraft 2.
I did. I only played Wings of Liberty because they released StarCraft in like 3.
Zerg and then Protoss. Yeah.
Yeah, and I hated it so much.
They like cured Kerrigan or something.
Yes.
That's so fucking stupid.
But it's a yes but no situation. It's retarded.
She's not the Queen of Blades anymore.
She's something stupider now.
Yeah, of course. I know.
I joined the Army so I could afford a PC that could play America's Army. So I guess it worked.
Nice.
Trusting the plan.
Thank you for your service. Oh, we got another one.
This is Krista, not just government funded, but gov made, that would either be completely unplayable or the most unintentionally funny game ever made.
Yeah,
I never played it, but
I wonder if the Soviets ever made a video game. They probably did.
I don't know.
Axe solo play was very nice. Easier or harder than your Mithras play video? Easier, definitely. It was way more
Certainly
involved in editing.
film.
Yeah, but way easier to make.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff with the edit, like the editing, obviously we did a lot more with that, but I had a bunch of problems editing it because I discovered some bugs in the plugins I was using. And now that I'm aware of them, like the last 25% of the video was the easiest to edit. That went very quickly. But yeah.
If there was a Black Lodge Adventure Crusader King's live stream, it may be best to stay away from dice pools as to avoid drowning.
Thank you.
Profound.
Oh, man. A lot of chat. Koei is part of Tecmo.
Oh.
I don't play the Borderlands you have in the Axe video is pretty slick.
The map of the Borderlands you have in the Axe video is pretty slick. It is, and I believe, I think that is the creator of the map, Sig. Thank you very much for sending me the higher resolution version and everything. And thank you for letting me use it. Even though I asked you for permission and you didn't get back to me in time, so I did it anyway.
Implied consent.
Implied consent, exactly. But thank you for the $5.
Thank you, dude.
Your Axe actual play is great. Who did the character art? It is fantastic. That was Grok.
Yeah. And he's a great guy.
He's a great guy, yeah.
He gets things done on time.
Yeah. I know people flip out about AI art, and there's like...
It's for a YouTube video.
It's for a fucking YouTube video. Yeah.
For like a couple of seconds.
Yeah. If I'm putting art in a book, I'm going to have a real person draw that. I'm going to pay for it. But I can't have character art, especially when the characters are going to die. Right. Like immediately. So it was Grok. The prompt was is something like Roman soldier, Art Nouveau, whimsical and realistic. That was it. And it just spit it out. I have an idea. Someone submitted a Crusader character, and I think the next Crusader should be he should look like a cardinal with like the purple, the pink hat.
Yeah.
But he's just dressed like a cardinal of the Catholic Church. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Which I think will be good for the personality that was given to. It's like anyway, I won't spoil anything, but
nice.
It is going to be good. I still play classic WoW, but you can never go back, like they were saying in the Don Henley song.
It depends on what you mean by going back.
I want to play X2, but I don't want to run it.
I understand that.
I understand that as well.
That's fair.
That is very fair.
Yeah.
Get on the Axe Discord. I'm sure there's people looking for games.
Yeah.
Looking to run games as well.
But on the on the point of you can't go back, and from a certain respect, that is true and wise and prudent. If by going back means you want to feel precisely the same way, get back in that bath of warm milk of when you were a little kid and had no responsibilities and all of the bad impulses of nostalgia. You definitely should not seek to return to that state because it is true you ultimately can't. Yeah. You can be reminded and you can have a taste of what that was like, but that's sort of a novel thing that comes from somewhere else. That can't be an objective. But if you're not trying to do that, you can still have fun and even immersion and engagement by playing these older things from a time when they weren't completely polluted.
What's up, boys? Glad to catch you live again. Here is your tribute of CanBucks to hopefully unlock a giveaway for my American friends. Godspeed.
Thank you, dude.
Rand. Thank you very much.
Yeah, like I said, I've been playing a little bit of Turtle WoW. It is very fun. It's very fun to see people do what actually, it turns out, is quite easy to do.
Yeah. Make a fun game. Yeah.
Make a fun game because it's vanilla WoW, but they're adding new zones, new dungeons. They're taking the world
same
and the
mechanics.
lore.
Yeah. The game everyone loved and putting some more content in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Simple
and
as.
Huge community. I love the radio they have on there.
By the way, Floyd is a menace. A good example of being on the side of law does not necessarily mean you're a good guy. I think he's a great guy.
He certainly does.
Yeah. What's up, boys? Hello,
What's
Drew
going on?
Cypher.
What's going on?
And now LAN parties are a thing of the past. You can't do that with consoles unless you're paying for the online service.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tossing money for reasons.
Thank you.
Thank you, dude.
We like it's good reasons, I'm sure. I see BLG and I want a BLT. Nice. All you can do in those Mamorpagers is kill things for gear. It's a hamster wheel. Yeah.
So
that's why I fucking hate them. It's like when you have to grind, it's just like I'm on a fucking treadmill and I hate it. I don't want to do exercise in a video game.
Yeah. So the thing about an MMO should not require like Twitch skill, right? In the way that an FPS does. It's a fundamentally different type of game, different type of experience, different type of like inputs, right? And there's no story, there's no mission, there's no like particular objective to win the game. The right balance, insofar as you can get it to that spot, is you have to present a simulated world with that is engaging enough and has enough verisimilitude that the things which are asked of you or the things in which you are doing, which you could be doing for a very long time, because there's no ultimate win state where you get the top score, you know what I'm talking about. It should not feel like toil.
So in the very early 2000s, and I do not remember what this game was called, but there was a World War II MMO that took place in France, and it was an
Sounds
FPS.
awful.
Yeah, it was an FPS though. It was an FPS MMO, and I think that
Imagine
they
doing an
advertised
FPS
it.
MMO with the internet connection and the GPUs and CPUs at that time.
The graphics looked like shit even on the box at the time, which I'm sure they had to do for performance reasons for such a multiplayer game. But it was like a simulationist nightmare from what I heard. Like where it took like multiple button commands basically to get your gun into position.
Oh god.
But the biggest problem was that they did apparently some region of France at like 1/16th scale, which was huge.
Yeah.
And there you just wouldn't run into anybody.
Oh,
Like
wow.
everyone was just so fucking spread out. Yeah, it sounded terrible. Assurance Call. I remember that name. I never played it though.
I had friends who played it, but I don't remember anything about it.
D20 World of Warcraft. I have a copy in my collection somewhere. It was typical D20 trash, but it was comprehensive for the setting and lore of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Patty, how's
What's
it
up,
going,
dude?
man? Riffing off of that, I think that is why the likes of Shadow Dark is doing so well, just being its own game. Responding to Andrew McGraw, which I don't see his comment. Yeah. Wrath of the Bitch King. You're
Got him.
damn right. Yeah. Ultima Online, Dark Age of Camelot.
I played a little bit of Dark Age of Camelot for like 5 weeks.
Was
in
it
high
Day of
school.
Defeat?
It was not Day of Defeat. Day of Defeat is
Wasn't
very
that a single player?
contained.
No,
it
that was
multiplayer.
yeah.
I played so much fucking Day of Defeat and so much Day of Defeat Source in college. It was fucking wild. I loved that game. And then like 10 years after I stopped playing, I logged on and I was like, is anyone still playing this? And it turned out that yes, but they were all German. And I couldn't understand anybody. And by that point, I sucked at video games.
Yeah. Sad. Many such cases.
Ultima Online was so much better than WoW.
I never played
Never
Ultima
played it,
Online.
yeah.
But I think my first gaming heartbreak was in, God, was it around 99 or 2000? There was a 3D Ultima Online game that was coming out. It was called Ultima Online Origins. And they had this awesome trailer, and it would be so cringe to look at it now. A, because the graphics are bad, but it had some like industrial fucking Matrix song.
Fucking Prodigy did the song for the
yeah, but it was so awesome. They had a line of action figures. I picked up a bunch of them. It was like Ultima Online in the future, in like the Industrial Revolution or something. It was some sort of like thief aesthetic industrial dystopia.
I love Thief.
Yeah, it looked so awesome. And then they pulled the plug on it. And never came out.
Yeah. Thief is so goddamn good.
Yeah.
Now it's been like probably 7 or 8 years since I played it again. But I remember booting it up 7 or 8 years ago and being like, I wonder if this game is as good as I remember it. And it was just as tense as when I first played it. It's so fucking good. The aesthetic is great. And this is something I miss as well, is they did, the cinematics were all these like sort of like animated 2D things. It had this very cool style. And we've talked about this before, not on stream, but like Max Payne. I loved the way the story was presented in that graphic novel style and that.
Sure.
And I wish some AAA game would just do that. Get rid of all the fucking cutscenes. Give me a skippable comic book breakdown of whatever the story is. That would be fun and entertaining for me to watch. But then if I was just playing the game again, I can just skip that and get right back into the game.
Right.
I fucking hate these movie games.
Yeah.
Which Max Payne 3, potentially one of the worst offenders on that, because it was made by Rockstar. And they concealed all of the loading screens behind unskippable cutscenes. But the thing is, it was like, it's worse in the beginning of the game because they're putting more and more cutscenes in front of you. Once you get to the middle and end of the gameplay sections are much longer. So it's not like they had to break it up into these
Dungeons
little
and
chunks.
Dragons Online still holds up.
Dungeons and Dragons Online still holds up. Never played it. Yeah. Anyway. Couldn't miss the Blizzard slander stream. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
When Samurai Warrior... Oh, no, that's before here. Crazy how many WoW heads never played Warcraft 1 through 3. Yeah.
I've never played Warcraft 1 or 2.
I played 2 and its expansion, and then 3 and not the expansion. And then I never played WoW. WoW was the beginning of the end in terms of dopamine slavery and ushered in the never go outside COVID state. When KOTOR first came out, yeah. I have a friend who quit WoW due to WoW's lore getting retconned and becoming trash.
Yeah, and
But what retcon are you talking about? Because they've retconned
everything.
It basically
Multiple
game
times.
to game.
And it isn't even... The problem with that isn't even the fact that there's a retcon happening or there's an inconsistency or a contradiction. Is people... At least when I'm talking about lore with any game, almost any game, regardless of how good the gameplay is, if it's not a place, if it's not a world I want to spend time in, I don't care. I don't care in the slightest. And really, all of my criticisms about World of Warcraft are all from a world and an immersion standpoint. I'm not a game designer. I'm not a programmer. I don't really give a shit about that. And that's understanding the gameplay in WoW is bloated with daily quests and chores and things that are designed just to, the eternal, slot machine or what are they, gacha machines?
Yeah. Speaking of gameplay, WoW gameplay, you see those skills with the cooldown? Keep an eye on them. When the cooldown is over, click it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me, quite frankly, especially in an MMO. I really don't give a shit. I'm playing a video game to immerse myself in a place. And certainly in an MMO, in a character. If you can do that for me, I will accept a lot of
dog shit.
a lot of dog. Like we were talking the other week about Bloodlines. The gameplay in Bloodlines
is shit.
It's just shit.
Yeah.
There's nothing good that can be said about it.
Right.
It's an amazing game. I loved it, and I would play it again, and I'm going to play it again because that gave me a world that felt alive.
Yeah.
Ironically speaking, with given it's vampire.
Yeah.
But and WoW used to be that way. I do prefer EverQuest, but nevertheless,
we have a City of Heroes enjoyer.
I love City of Heroes.
Yeah.
It's the MMO I've played by far the most. I've sunk
countless. Yeah.
Yeah, a truly embarrassing numbers of hours and days of my life. But it was in college, so it doesn't count. I was already wasting my time.
Oh, man, we're so far behind. Enter the Matrix. God, that game was ass. But the hacking minigame was cool to teenage me. Yeah, exactly. The versus mode that you unlocked in Enter the Matrix was a lot of fun. The melee combat was pretty good. It was not good. It was just click, 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 click. It was bad. It was very bad. I tried playing the original Deus Ex without killing anyone, and at one point you're forced to kill a boss, and I quit. Immersion broken. That kind of happened to me when I was playing Arcanum, because I started that game and I was playing a gnome who was like an
inventor, or tinkerer, or a mage.
No, I think I chose to be like a businessman or something.
There you go.
And,
what a surprise.
Yeah, and I was role-playing the character, and it kept being like, hey, yeah, we got these rats in the sewer for you to kill, or whatever the quest line is going to be. I was like, nay, sir, that's not the kind of thing I want to do. And then I was like, I'm not doing anything in this game. It wasn't the game's fault.
Yeah. It was my principles.
It was my principles. WoW really went off the rails with Burning Crusade. That's a take I haven't heard before, honestly.
We'll get to that. Burning Crusade is shit. Not as shit as current retail. Granted.
My roommate was in a guild WoW called Mail Order Brides. The guild master went AFK after they had a kid, so his wife, the guild assistant master, or whatever that is called, started a new guild. He's going to chimp out. Yeah.
It's true.
Thought it was chomping at the dick. How embarrassing. Yeah. I enjoyed the shit out of Warcraft 3 custom games online back in the day. That was something I loved about the original StarCraft was the level editor was amazing.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just like the Warcraft 2 level editor. You could make levels and you could fight, but the only victory condition you could have was annihilation of the other side.
Yeah.
And the StarCraft level editor was so in depth. You could have like conditional triggers for things. You could put dialogue in if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, a lot of those games from like the turn of the millennium or the up to the mid 2000s, you know, like Dota came from Warcraft 3.
Thief had a level editor that I tried to use.
Of course, a bunch of the, you know, Counter-Strike and a bunch of those spin-off games in for Half-Life.
The Long Walk. You fellas see it yet? I don't know what that is. On the champing versus chomping thing, it's champing. You're wrong.
I don't know about
I don't
that,
care.
man.
Yeah. The not letting bad guys make the bad guy decision is why Dexter jumped the shark too. I do not support something new with Mark Hamill or something involving Stephen King. Okay.
In response to...
I don't know.
I mean, both of those guys are insufferable. That's for sure.
That's why the Forsaken should have been the Scourge and been their own faction. All the quest writing leaned hard into that plan anyway.
No, they should not have been the Scourge. The Scourge would imply they don't have will anymore. And look, it's if you're making an MMO, it's you can't have both. You know, everybody's sort of just aligned against you. It would be what's the fucking word? Asynchronous.
Right.
I actually like that the Forsaken were bad faith actors. Because that makes sense given what they are. And it's interesting. It actually means, all is not well inside the house, right? The Horde is not, even with the other races of the Horde, not a sort of get along gang situation. It's interesting. It's not something you otherwise would have expected, and you could have done. Things could have evolved out of that in a far more interesting manner than what ended up happening.
Yeah. Wish the solo axe play would become a series. You gotta watch it. Everybody's got to share it.
People have to watch it.
Get more people to watch it.
It's got to be worth our while.
It has to be worth our while as a time investment. We don't need to imagine what a government-made video game would be like. Norway were the main funders of Dustborn. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They got like a grant or something?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think we should talk about the topic.
Yeah. So, again, that being said, there are many criticisms to be made about World of Warcraft or MMOs in general from a gameplay perspective. I don't know about any of that, man. Some shit is good, some shit is tolerable, some shit is pretty good. That's not what interests me.
Trump has a roll of pictures of all the presidents, and for Biden,
Yeah.
it's just a picture of not open. Trump
Wall
for
of
president.
Fame. It's very funny.
The Presidential Wall of Fame.
Presidential Wall of Fame. Yeah. But, you know, and the reason, like I said at the beginning, World of Warcraft, we've made the comparison between WoW and wanting to design tabletop games like WoW.
Yeah.
You know, this is the main inspiration for 4E. It's a main inspiration, and not just WoW, but that kind of game. Engagement rather than immersion. The sort of MMO gotcha machine. Gameplay, cooldowns, combos, all this fucking shit. That's draw steel. That's what a lot of people were trying to do, have been trying to do since the early 2000s. Some people are still trying to do that, even if they're not taking the 4E or the draw steel tack by leaning that heavily into it. There are certain things in which video game combos and mechanics are interesting, not interesting in tabletop games. But all this is to say, the greater crime of World of Warcraft, and even though it is not at the top of the mountain, I don't know how many customers WoW has or how many that is in relation to the total
Thoughts
MMO
on
market.
Guild Wars 2?
We don't have any thoughts on Guild Wars 2. I've never.
That's
played
actually
it.
not true. I
Don't
played
get
Guild Wars 2,
distracted. Well,
but
we'll come back to remind us at the end. We'll come back to that. But we're talking
Guild Wars
about
2
WoW
is
at
good.
the moment. Yeah.
But the problem is creating and maintaining a world for a long amount of time. This is the case with a long campaign, any setting which you're creating or playing in or running. In the beginning, whether this was consciously the case or not, a world was presented, and though there are lore inconsistencies or contradictions of lore facts, Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, 3, WoW, think back, those of you who've played it or have played Classic, think back to vanilla WoW. What's presented to you, EverQuest was like this as well. There is a world with people and groups of people and factions in it, and they are doing different things for different reasons, which more or less makes sense. It's presented in a stylized but approachable aesthetic. It's a world that you can inhabit rather than a story that you must read through or keep pace with. No MMO should entail some kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It shouldn't be like keeping up with the news, right? With the current thing. This more or less should be an eternal or at least slowly moving place in which you can sort of lose yourself in and imagine a world. And vanilla was very good at that, I would argue, because you're being given a world about, I believe it's 4 or 5 years, call it half a decade after the events of a very popular RTS, which many people played. And that's that. There's no real big bad guy. There's no impending threat. Even if you hadn't played any of the strategy games, this is an approachable enough fantasy world in which you can intuit very easily what and why things are happening.
Damn it, Jesse.
We'll get
What
to
do you
that.
think about Guild Wars 2?
Thank you for the $5. We'll get to that.
And so you have something which is good, but you have developers and so-called artists. These I don't know what they are, some sort of like dimensional entities that are wearing like meat suits that work at game development studios. And the time comes soon enough. This is popular, it's financially viable, people like it. What do we do now? And so rather than maintaining is the wrong word, and curating is the wrong word, but I'll say maintaining because I can't think of a better word at the moment. Mm-hmm. This approach.
Need the Guild Wars 2 opinion ASAP.
Yeah, okay, we'll get to it. Thank you for the $2.
To a living simulated world, we need to justify our jobs and our own sense of self internally, because we don't really have minds, and we have a kind of like background despair that's constantly burning in the back of our minds during all the moments in which we're consciously aware. So we need to create something new, which is engaging and exciting. We need to make something totally novel, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah? So
reinvent it.
Reinvent it.
More like filled wizards too, am I right?
More like filled whores too, am
Got
I
him.
right? Thank you.
So true. So, and this is my point about the Burning Crusade, which is the first expansion for this video game. You take a recognizable fantasy world with things happening which are anchored in an exciting and an immersive reality, right? Different factions. Let's immediately totally change the genre, the trope. We'll go to this place called Outland. And even though...
Download and play Guild Wars 2 on stream. So
well, and play good on stream so you can give opinion.
Even though this is the problem with like lore nerds.
Thoughts on sliced bread with cheese.
Yeah, the chat is turning against us.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep spurging until
keep going.
I run out of steam.
Yeah.
Or someone has an interesting
Until we run out of
question.
Tylenol.
Yeah, run out of Tylenol, yeah. This is a place that exists in the lore. It doesn't matter. The world and the conflicts within those worlds become not those of that are recognizable or understandable in any way. It's a complete tonal shift, and it incurs some kind of mental tax to maintain verisimilitude, to go, when you buy that expansion and you go to that new area, we're in a kind of sci-fi world with aliens and extra-dimensional entities. There's an aspect in which this is they're drawing more on a sort of comic book milieu, which would be fine if this was a supers game, but it's not. They're different. They're different things. Yeah. They're trying to evoke different energies and different types of immersion.
Really enjoyed the Axe video. Will there ever be a follow-up video to the Butchers of Evola?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, because
that was rough to make and nobody watched it.
And nobody watched it. So that was not a good use of time.
Not good.
Yeah, not good.
Not good.
Yeah, so unfortunately, no.
But thank you for watching it and liking it. Right off the bat, things go awry. They course correct in Wrath of the Lich King because while we're still pursuing a big bad, and the emphasis on narrative rather than immersion per se, it's far more pronounced in Wrath of the Lich King. They're able to still ride the wave of this character of Arthas, this character of the Lich King being this big loose end since the strategy game. That's a legitimately very interesting character, and is the wellspring of which a lot of the lore or a lot of the drama that's taking place, a lot of the conflict in World of Warcraft.
Have you ever drank water before?
No,
I don't think so.
not even like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
This was an empty bottle, and I've just been tipping
it's
it
a
into
prop
my mouth.
bottle?
Yeah, it's a prop bottle.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say here is vanilla was good. Burning Crusade was a dog shit mess. They got back on track a little bit with Wrath of the Lich King. And once Wrath of the Lich King was over, and I do think they fumbled the ball in the end zone or whatever. However, how do you win at football? I don't know.
End zone. Yeah.
You scored a lot of in the home run. They scored not enough home runs. Anyway, after that, the entire, what would you say? Any reason to be engaged with this world from a nostalgia perspective, from a new player or a person just engaging from the first time perspective, from a gameplay perspective, even from a narrative perspective, there's no justification, there's no reason, there's no redeeming value to this place, to this game, to this world, to this franchise after this sort of big wellspring of conflict is sort of burned up because they literally blow the world up. That's exciting. Let's blow the world up in the most retarded way possible. Bringing back another character from the lore in a way which is completely at odds with what the thematic attributes of this character are. This big bad guy, Black Dragon Deathwing from Warcraft 2. But now he's like corrupted by this Cthulhu entity, and his organs are made out of lava, and he's burning from the inside, and there's like steampunk prosthetics on him, and he's like the size of a zone, and he just destroys everything somehow because of magic powers. He flies over things, and just the world cracks in half, and tornadoes show up.
This sounds gay as fuck, dude.
You would be correct. It is gay. And then we go to fucking China. We go for the bit because people hated that world. We go.
If you read the lore, the Pandaren are actually
real. It actually says
really
page
cool.
3 of the Warcraft 2 manual.
It's not just because.
Like,
it's not
I
just
don't care.
because Kung Fu Panda.
This is dog shit. This is just like when you talk with leftists, your good nature is being used against you. Lore nerds use things which are factually true
fucking
against
shit,
you,
dude.
And try to.
This is every goddamn comment. We still get comments on the Mass Effect video. Every comment is, well, actually, it's canon that the Elusive Man was indoctrinated even before the first game happened. And I'm like, the video is about how the lore they wrote is fucking retarded.
It is incorrect. They were wrong about the thing that they created.
Yeah, they made it wrong.
Yes.
And we were criticizing what they wrote as being fucking dumb.
Yeah.
oh, but your criticism is invalidated because of this other retarded thing they wrote.
Right.
Like, how do you even fucking communicate with people like this?
You can't.
You can't.
You can't. These people have no taste. They have no minds. They are not worth talking to except to berate them.
The writing is bad. Yeah, but it's worse.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yes. Yes. So you go to the Panda Land
Yeah.
for the bit to get the Chinese and also to get babies to go ooh and ah as you jangle this fat Asian panda in front of them. Isn't it funny that they're fat and drunk and they're goofy?
I feel like I'll pay a monthly subscription to.
Now, some
to do
people
this.
did,
Yeah.
but not enough
Yeah.
to keep them from making the next thing even more retarded.
Actually, pandas are animals that exist in real life. Thank you.
Actually, pandas are animals that exist.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What were you saying? They made something more retarded after the pandemic.
Because we go back in time.
Oh, God, they do time travel.
They do time travel, and we're going back to the most exciting place where all of this conflict, where your character is from, a world that is recognizable in a sort of fantasy milieu
Thoughts
sense.
on the writers admitting to being too dumb to write something out. Something simple as the indoctrination theory. Thoughts on Kung Fu Panda.
Thoughts on writers being too
Admitting.
dumb to write something out, something as simple as indoctrination theory.
I have never seen Kung Fu Panda, and I never will.
I saw the first Kung Fu Panda and the second one, actually, come to think of it, because my air conditioner broke one time in the dead of summer in New York. And so I went and saw Kung Fu Panda 2.
Amazing.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Fun movies. But I don't really have any thoughts on the Mass Effect 3 thing.
Writers-
They just wrote something really stupid. And
Yeah.
if the criticism is what you wrote was very stupid and here are the reasons why, the answer is not you're wrong because this other stupid thing we wrote.
Yes. Which is always the...
What
What would you say, like the spackle
it was
for bad writing? You can make anything happen in the lore.
Literally, like they were like, "No, you're wrong about the lore," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm
Thank
getting
God
the facts
I never
of
got
the lore
into
right."
Woo.
And I'm
I'm
saying those
disappointed
facts
enough with
are
the media
fucking
uses
dumb.
like
Yes.
it.
But you got it wrong. The lore wrong. But the lore also
This
says
is why
this
you
thing.
can't talk to these
I know,
people.
I know.
They're not human. A writer, a director, a game developer can put anything into the game, and it will be canon.
Canon.
Quote,
Yeah. Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit? It's a different flavor of the media literacy meme.
Yeah.
And game developers, certainly Blizzard developers, do not understand what it is that they are making. They don't understand what it is they've been ruining for a very long time.
My thoughts now on Warcraft, because I played a lot of Warcraft 2 and I beat Warcraft 3 in high school when it first came out, but I remember Warcraft 3 coming out and like the orcs are people now. And I was like, this is not the game.
The orcs are
remember.
people thing
And so
is
we went back and we watched today all of the mission intros for all of Warcraft 2 and all the cinematics. And that is a game where the orc campaign and the human campaign are mutually exclusive. Like if the orcs,
yes,
it's
somebody wins, somebody
wins, somebody loses. Warcraft 3 then takes that lore,
It's the events from
essentially-
different perspectives.
Yeah, it's essentially like and it's not the same events from different perspectives.
That's
it's
correct,
either
yeah.
the orcs conquer the world or the humans repel the orcs.
In Warcraft 2,
In Warcraft 2.
yes.
Warcraft 3 takes mostly the timeline where the humans won as the premise.
Yeah.
But now it's like there was no mention of like the demons manipulated the orcs and they were controlling them and they put this cursed bloodlust on them.
Right.
It's like, no. You were just bloodthirsty orcs when you were playing Warcraft 2. And that was awesome. That was simple and it's all it needed to be.
Correct.
When this has changed because they've changed this very heavily narrative focused thing and they want Thrall or whatever and the orcs to be humans, basically. Protagonists.
Yeah.
I guess you can't have, bloodthirsty orc being the protagonist. That's
But why?
yeah. That was fucking lame and stupid. And they retconned this to being that the demons were manipulating and controlling the orcs rather than the orcs were just getting dark evil powers from the demons because the orcs were evil and were dealing with demons.
And the reason this is bad, because I agree with you completely, and this is, you could say in Warcraft 3 is the first real example of this happening. There were demons in Warcraft 2, but this is mainly something that's confined to Gul'dan, who is an evil wizard.
Yeah.
An orc evil wizard. An orc evil wizard, it makes sense to have some corruption from a demon.
But the problem, the bigger problem, it's not even just with Warcraft, is that making the orcs my player character, my protagonist, this spilled out into D&D, into everything else, where now orcs are just green person I can be that's not a bad guy. This is how we switched from having bloodthirsty monsters to having misguided people who just got tricked and actually they're good at heart and they're gentle, even though they have these giant terrifying maws of teeth.
These inhuman faces.
These inhuman faces. It's fucking stupid.
So
and because of the popularity of Warcraft, WoW, that spilled out into everything because now everyone wants to ape the successful thing.
Correct. Now, you're completely right with that. I would say there's an even deeper and more like crippling misunderstanding, which is borne out in that example. So with orcs are simply bad, and it's a good versus evil. It's the monsters versus the people story. Warcraft 3, this begins to change, and it is true there's an impulse to sort of humanize the monsters, which is a certain type of impulse. But part and parcel with that impulse is also the question, why can't, if you're doing an MMO, someone's going to play the orc, why can't you have the bloodthirsty orc be a player character or whatever? This stems in part also from a lack of understanding, a lack of confidence, and a lack of belief in, what would you say? It's a lack of faith of free will in a certain sense. So, and this does manifest in humanizing.
That's the thing. You can still play a bloodthirsty orc in Warcraft 3. It doesn't match the lore, but, well, we've already covered that.
That's true.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get at is there's, at the same time as the humanizing impulse, there's also the impulse to go backwards in time.
Yeah.
From a certain, in a certain respect, where why are the orcs bloodthirsty? Why is this conflict happening? Right? In Warcraft 3/2 terms. Similarly, with regard to the Scourge in World of Warcraft and Warcraft 3, or take any expansion or any faction or group of people or race in World of Warcraft. What is the origin point? Why are these conflicts happening between different people? Conflict is interesting to create things either in a narrative or in a simulation. Elaborating demons and demonic manipulation as the reason for the orcs' madness.
A good character from a bad race is cool when it's rare. When it's the norm, it sucks. Pretty sure this happened from Zerman being given voting rights.
Thank you for the $5.
The real start of it all. But what I'm trying to say is, I know you haven't played WoW. Those of you who've played it, this impulse to, rather than immerse ourselves in different people and groups of people doing different things and bearing out the conflict of that, there's a midwit yearning to know why and to systematize drama and conflict. This results in demons at the beginning of time started. They fed blood to the orcs. The Titans, through the Titan Watchers, created the dwarves and the humans out of stone. The Cthulhuoid old gods in World of Warcraft are the source of the curse of flesh and the debasement of humanity, and we're playing out this psychodrama. The the holy light as an idea or as a faith in Warcraft is now traced back to these retarded beings called the Naru, which were introduced in the Burning Crusade, these floating abstract crystal wind chime people. Oh, the void is some sort of living abstraction. Death itself in the Shadowlands is a living abstraction. It's a sort of embodied systematizing abstraction, which is anathema to actual, not even grounded, but certainly grounded, understandable, immersive conflict. This desire to systematize all the things which could happen and why they would happen into these abstract buckets of fundamental forces which are playing out in the most ham-fisted way, also in the most exaggerated, grotesque way, in which anything which is real in this world has to resemble Transformers 3. Everything has to be at maximum destruction, maximum scope.
Yeah.
You know, are you really, does anything you feel or believe, are striving for or care about really matter unless Galactus is trying to crack the galaxy in half again?
Right. It doesn't. The answer is no, it doesn't.
From their point of view, yes, this doesn't. And we get a new Thanos, a new Galactus, a new giant dimensional computer.
So yeah, everybody makes this criticism, and it's correct about Marvel movies and superhero movies and everything like that. It's like when you raise the stakes to the point of we're going to blow up the world or blow up the galaxy, you have nowhere to go from there. And
yes.
So if they actually blew up the world,
right?
You're right. They have to go back in time now.
Yeah, we have to go back in time.
You
we
already
have to
fucked it up.
Yeah, and I do think it is simply the obvious observation. It's just people are not creative. The people who are making these things have no ideas. But it also does betray a profound lack of understanding of what it means to be a human being. This is why there are no interesting dramas, interesting stories, interesting worlds, because the people who are crafting these movies, books, comics, video games, role-playing games do not understand what it means to be a conscious, awake, integrated,
The only time
truly real
travel actually
human.
worked and was good was in the Back to the Future movies, and even they screwed it up.
Is that another super chat that we'll need?
I'm gonna look at this. I would recommend watching the movie Primer. It is a good time travel movie. Let's see if Blind Marksman is on here. I do not see him. Okay.
I don't see.
What are your thoughts on Guild Wars 2?
Looks good. It's an easy game. It's free to play. Not you have to buy it, but there's no subscription. I only played the first expansion of it. The Sylvari are pretty cool. All right.
All right, guys.
We'll just spin the wheel.
We're going to spin the wheel. And I don't have an opinion on Guild Wars 2 because I never played it. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Scream rigged. Everybody scream rigged. Mayor McCheese.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Which I think is not your first time being a winner.
A multiple winner.
Yeah. Let's check back on the chat. Rigged. In Guild Wars 2, you can play cat people. Pretty cool.
And they are destroying the environment, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Unironically, they're weird steampunk, diesel punk
Yeah.
industrialists.
Mayor McCheese, let us hold on.
And let me just say, also, by the way, the idea of the Cataclysm, it's not a bad idea. It's retarded to have used Deathwing. They squandered a perfectly good plotline and series of characters. Does anybody remember the Nexus War in Wrath of the Lich King? They totally cucked and ruined Malagos, the fucking dragon god of magic, in a stupid one-room raid dungeon where you're fighting him on a disc in outer space for some fucking reason. What do you think would happen if you're detonating all of the ley lines on the planet? That would have been a way better justification for having a cataclysm, which it is a stupid idea, but you could have done it way better, and you would not have had to have ruined a cool fucking character like Malagos by having him die to a 10-man raid. A bunch of fucking Goombas floating around on hockey pucks in outer space.
This game sounds fucking retarded, dude. I don't ever want to play. I'm so
There's
glad
no
I
reason
never
to
got
play
into
it. And everything in the world, it's been blown up so many times. It's been retconned so many times. The characters have been narratively raped so many times that it's totally unmoored from anything that would be recognizable to an appreciator of fantasy or an appreciator of games.
Yeah.
It's wholly arbitrary with the most cynical and poor implementation of the thinnest coat of rancid paint over just a money extracting scheme.
Goombas? I guess you have the pass. Yeah. Anyway, you got anything else to say about WoW?
I mean, I can go on lore screeds, but...
Anything else we should share on this stream?
Yeah. Well, I've said my piece, unless other people have interesting disagreements or interesting questions or interesting additions.
Let's scroll up a bit and see.
It's like there's nothing to care about anymore. How many times are you going to kill and bring Illidan back? Which they will do again. Mm-hmm. He will be coming back because they can't help themselves.
I'm an ex-Star Wars lore spurg. They keep changing the lore, and the current spurgs have to figure out how to fit it all together.
Yeah.
It's a gigantic, hilarious mess.
I read so many of the Star Wars novels when I was in middle school. I loved Star Wars. I was a huge lore nerd.
It's the clever nerd syndrome. They put all their ego into knowing factoids, and they don't realize it doesn't fucking matter.
Doesn't fucking matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let
I
me
hate
scroll.
nerds.
I hate this fucking thing that won't let me scroll. There we go. My favorite part of Star Wars lore is that everything needs to be significant in some manner.
Everything needs to be blowing up with nukes all the time.
But it needs to
Otherwise,
be...
why would you? There's nothing to be excited
But
about.
Han Solo's name needs to be explained. Who needs a significant
Yes,
thing
and
about that.
also Han Solo's name needs to be explained, and also you need to know where the leather from his boots was sourced from. And actually, did you know it was from Glorflin 5? From the you know.
And you know that planet is actually related to Coruscant.
It's related to Coruscant because actually 30,000 years ago, there was a group of space capitalist explorers who were also Puritans. They went on an unmanned rocket ship to colonize it. And also, by the way, that planet has ancient Sith artifacts.
Kingdom Hearts did this right by reducing the stakes in Chain of Memories. The only thing at stake there is Sora himself. I never played the Kingdom Hearts games. I know it has a very enthusiastic fan base, though. Thought chaotic evil is exaggerated and grotesque because it is chaotic. If it was lawful evil, it would hide behind order. If it was neutral evil, it would be the evil of a bad person dissimulating.
That sounds reasonable to me.
Fuck will this thing not let me scroll? Lets me scroll for a second and then it disappears. There we go. These guys are nailing the Star Wars Lord spurging. Love it. Yeah. I watched fantasy die and now 40K is drowning in midwit nerds. The only thing I feel nostalgia for anymore.
The nerds have to be driven out of every hobby.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyhow, we're going to end the stream. And it was nice to speak with all of you guys tonight.
Indeed.
And spurg on WoW. We'll be back to spurg more about different things. Potentially more about WoW at some point.
Maybe.
Because we can, now that we've gone over the big issues, you can get a lot more specific.
If there are pieces of insufferable minutia that you want us to debunk,
right?
Please we will maybe do it.
Yeah. More WoW crash outs, please. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. We're going to stop the stream.
All right, fellas.
Remember, if you join the locals, you can get in on the Axe speedrun videos that are coming out. Help us make those good. You also can, right now, get it's like 30 pages at least of Bloodmore.
Yeah, it's up there on our locals, man.
Big piece of Bloodmore is ready. You can start adventuring there. It's on the locals right now. And we do a video every other Wednesday. And then the other Wednesdays,
we do a live
stream.
Yep.
Only for the locals crowd.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's the pitch. If you check the description, there is a
You'll find the link there.
Yeah, the link to the community with the promo code that gets you a month free. Cool. Anyways, have a good night, everybody.
Take care.